Howdy YouTube! Welcome to the Stoney Ridge Farm. Today we are digging. We're digging some more. I'm over here in the excavator on the other side of the farm. We're going to get you some better footage. I got some good camera angles going on now. Taking me a little swig of Gatorade. Give folks a little bit of time in here, but we're getting ready to get into our first stump. If you didn't catch the live stream a little bit earlier, we were live over on Facebook. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what's going on here. So this is a stump. It's a sycamore stump, and I am tipped here, guys. This is a heavy stump. Okay, so what I'm doing, I got to dig around a little bit. I don't know if any of you guys have ever ran any equipment like this, but this is my second time running an excavator like this, and there's not much of a learning curve to it. There's just, you just get out here and you start plugging away, and what I got to do here, I got to take some dirt off of the other side of this stump. Baby, come on, settle down there, boy, get her in there. So I got to take this dirt out from behind the stump so that I can roll it toward the excavator. So that's what's going on. I can see some of your chats going through, not super chats, but what happened to the $100 truck? Please let me know. It's been sold for a year and a half. That's what happened to the $100 truck. I had a guy, to put it simply, I had a guy that wanted it a lot more than I wanted it. He offered me $4,000 for it, so he got it. That's it. That's all it took. Let's get a little bit more of this dirt out of the way here. This is fun. This is what I love, man. This is getting her done, like you said, Brian Forrest. Thank you, man. Thanks. Rock on, Josh. Watch out for snipes. George, I sold the truck. Yep, and it's been gone for a long time. The reason I sold the $100 truck, here we go. Come on, baby. You can do it. This thing is tipping the excavator up in the air. I don't know if you guys can tell that or not. It's still not quite there yet. As you can tell. So, yeah, the reason I sold the $100 truck is it was sitting in the driveway, and I was paying insurance and tags and all that stuff on it. And there it is, got her. See how big that stump was, man? That's a monster. And there it went back. So I sold it because it was sitting in the driveway. I was paying insurance on it, and I could have kept it as a farm truck, but there's so much to maintain around here, and we're gonna roll cars in and out, hot rods in and out of the farm over and over again. There's that stump. That's a big old sycamore stump right there. It's gonna leave a nice big hole. Here comes the bucket. We're gonna roll this thing around a little bit and try to get some of that dirt off of it. That's our good topsoil. Everybody was talking about, man, you need to get an excavator in there and keep that topsoil. All right, everybody wants me to use the thumb, so I'm using the thumb right now. This thing probably weighs somewhere in the neighborhood of, I'm gonna say 6,000 pounds. That thing is big. That's the biggest stump I've pulled yet, so that's why I brought you guys in here for the real fun today. Alright, let's see if I can get that thumb back on there again. Let's see if we can drag this guy out and flip him up and drop him. That's what I'm doing. Trying to knock some dirt off. And then, so my excavator, my loader operator, Frank, will be over here working with me. I'm getting a little bit ahead of Frank. That's it. That stump go bye-bye. Bye-bye stump. I'm getting a little bit ahead of Frank so that he can come in right behind me, and I'm going to turn around in a second and show you guys what I've done so far. But you feel like you're on the wrong channel. You feel like you're on Let's Dig's channel, don't you? This thing is awesome, dude. This thing is totally awesome. So you see the mess that I've got left behind here. I'm going to get in, take my bucket. Let's angle your camera down a little bit. Maybe. Let's do a little bit of this. There we go. Much better camera angles this time. Guys, let me know how the audio is too, because I am working off Bluetooth in this machine. So there's a Bluetooth radio in this machine. That's getting hot in here too. Turn the air up. Got a little air conditioning going on. It's not often I get to work in a cab. I almost prefer not working in a cab because, well, the air conditioning's nice because it's about 90 degrees outside, but so we're gonna push some dirt over in here. Air conditioning's nice, but I like the feel of not working in a cab because I can hear what's going on outside. I can hear what's going on with my tractor, with my machine. So I think having a cab takes a little bit away. There's a $2.60 super chat from somebody. Let's get on there and find out who did that. I'll scroll through. Thomas Robinson, thank you so much. Who all we got in here today? What size excavator are you running? It is it's a Case 210 XL something or other. If you look at the thumbnail from yesterday, that's what it is. I'm gonna say this thing's probably got a 4-cylinder diesel engine in it. It's running 48 gallons per minute hydraulic flow at 2,030 psi, and that is a 3-foot bucket, I do believe. You can see I made myself a nice big mess right here. That's what it's all about, man. Hope you guys are doing okay. I know there's a hurricane situation going on. I wish everybody well with what's going on there. Hope anybody that's affected by that, maybe you're getting some power outages, maybe you're getting some rain. Please, prayers to everyone that's going through that right now. It's a tough time, and folks that are losing their homes. At least, you know, on the coast there, most of those homes are like vacation homes and stuff like that. So hopefully, not a lot of people lose their primary residence. We're going to turn around here in a second. I'm going to show you what I've already done, and what I'm doing is making my way through. You can see here, just kind of leveling this back out. Again, I'm no pro at running this machine, but I enjoy it, and I'm not scared to try something new. So guys, you should be enjoying it. Oh, Hannah? Absolutely. It's a good size. Yeah, thank you, Steven Stowe. Farmall Fanatic, smash the like button. Thank you, man. We're going to turn the camera around to me here again just a second. When I stop, I'm looking at the comments. I have to touch the screen to look at the comments, which is quite frustrating. I don't know what's up with that with the Samsung, but I think I'm going to switch over to the Google phone this time. When I go to buy, it's on the Android platform. So you might see a piece of trash right there. So there was a pop bottle from probably the 1980s right there, and we're down on a creek bottom, so we're about 70 feet away from the creek, and that's what you get down here. So this is kind of it will flood down here. So this may be only hayfield for now. This will be fence. The fencing project for this will be in 3 years. So, I wish I could see the comments. The camera needs to be a little more clear. I can't make the camera any more clear than it is, brother. This is what you get working in the. This is real world working in the excavator. And I've got a camera mount that's suction cupped to what we've got going here. And we probably don't have the best service in the world down here, down in this here bottom on the back side of the farm. But we fixed that spot up pretty good. So let's turn around. Everybody hang on. We'll rotate you a little bit this way. Okay, and then we're going to whip you around, show you what we've been doing so far. It's a big old sycamore we just turned past. Look at this deer. There's a deer out there. See that deer running? You guys might not be able to see it. It's standing just to the left of the bucket. There's a deer. That's funny. When you get to stirring up land and get to working land, you're going to see them in the road here in just a second. Let me zoom. See the deer? When you get to working the land, that's a little spike. Is it a little spike buck? I think it is. You guys see that? You never know what you'll see. What's behind you? That's awesome. So that's what I've done so far, man. That's so funny. You never know what you're going to see out here when you're working. We are on the far northeast side of our 150-acre farm. And what we're doing here is we're trying to utilize every square inch of our land. That's the goal here. So that's a tree there. Just a little tree bump. Let me get this thing down. There we go. Caught me a little tree bump there. That Fix-It guy, I see that Fix-It guy's in the house right now. Guys, go check out his channel. He's a good friend of mine. Definitely a nice guy, family guy. He's living up in the Seattle area, which I hear there's a mass exodus in the Seattle area right now. People are leaving. People are getting out of there. Can't say that I blame them in a lot of what's going on here in the world. All right, now I'm trying to move forward. Oh, and it's a little wet. So the goal with what I'm doing here is to get in here, get all these stumps up. We'll turn the camera back around because it's more fun. So the goal of what we're doing here is, yeah, watch out for that tree, no doubt. The goal here is to expose some of the soil here. And I know a lot of you guys are like, oh man, shouldn't be exposing soil. You need to go no-till, but there's stumps out in here and I don't know where the heck they are. So I've got to go in here and just gently take, we need a better angle, a little better angle than that. There we go. Gently take that bucket, that tooth, and push it along the ground right there, just like so. And then when we hit a stump, we'll grub it, we'll dig it up. Grubbing stumps is that's what that's called. So we're exposing the land a little bit here so that when Frank comes up next week, we're going to have a hurricane weather hitting us tomorrow. So hopefully it'll be dried out by like Tuesday of next week, and Mr. Frank can get in here and work with me. So Seattle politics, yeah, that Fix-It guy. There was a super chat, I'm looking for it. $4.99, Brandon. Hey Josh, I recommend Living Traditions Homestead to follow your pond series. They have duckweed on a pond. Yep, I talk to those guys on the phone sometimes. Nice people. Not on the phone, via email. I talk to those guys. Great channel, absolutely great channel. If you guys are subscribed to Living Traditions, let them know that Stoney Ridge says hello. This is a community, guys, and if it wasn't for COVID, this time of year when things kind of slow down on the farm, there's a point in time at the end of close to the end of August that things slow down a bit on the farm, and that's when we typically will try and hit the road. So I got a little debris right here. We want to push that debris out and leave the soil. So that's what the goal is. So we're using the excavator. It's basically like plow points. There we go. We don't want any holes. We want good flat spots, and there is a little piece of trash right here. Now watch my thumb. Here goes the thumb. See how slow that thumb goes? Man, that is, if I had to use the thumb to get everything out, and all I'm doing is picking that little guy up right there, and we'll throw him out over here. Yep, bye-bye. If I had to depend on that thumb, slow as that thing moves, I'd never get anything done. That thing moves really, really slow. And we're right on top of where we just pulled that stump out of. And what I'm doing here now is I'm pushing debris because I'm gonna go just on the other side of where I'm working right now. I'm gonna go all the way down about, well, you can see here the tree line way back there. I'm gonna go all the way to that tree line, and then I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna come back. So that's what's going on. This is a job. This is about a 22-acre field. In the spot that I'm working up right now, is probably going to be about 10 acres of that 22-acre field. Now you can see we've got trees right here. Let me push this stuff out of the way. I'm pushing debris back over in here because this is a swampy area, a wet area. There's no use in me moving that or trying to bury it or anything like that. This is a swampy, wet area, so we'll push this all back. When we build our fence, we'll build our fence right down through here. Got to get some good pasture established over here. If you guys don't know how to make grass grow, I'll show you how to do it. It's a good time. I can make some grass grow. This is an area of the farm that does have some topsoil, which is fantastic. 96 likes and 177 people in here. Give me some likes, guys. Give me some likes. For sure. Have some conversations amongst each other. I wish I could see. When are you going to be working on Popcorn the Willis Jeep? We're going to work on popcorn as soon as I get enough space in the shop. So all the grass seed and a little bit of fertilizer and a little bit of lime for planting these new pastures. The only dry storage that I have is in that shop. So I have to, you're just going to have to wait. You're going to have to hang tight, man. For every year or every day that, or every season that I don't get this work done here on the farm, that's another season that I'm going to have to wait. And we're basically effectively doubling the size of our farm this year by clearing all this land. All right. We're gonna bring in, we're gonna drive forward. So we just, while you guys have been on here, we've cleared about 120 feet. That's pretty awesome, pretty cool. Where the bucket is right here, right now, that's where the trail will be around our fence perimeter. So we build our fence right off of the woods, so the fence will be close to 70 feet from the creek. Hopefully we won't have any flood issues. And right underneath the bucket, all the way out to the very end, which is again close to a half a mile, all the way to those trees in the very back left, that's where we're building fence. This will be probably 1.25 miles of fence built right here. And the posts go in like butter down here. When we're pounding post in down on this soft land, 1 or 2 knocks and that post is in. Nice flat straight fence. It's going to be beautiful and a great place to have our cattle. Cannot wait. So behind the scenes in my world, I've been reading a bunch of books about cattle and about stocking rates and stock density, and everything that I read and everything that I learn, guys, I'm going to bring to you and share with you as we grow the farm. And along the way, we're going to work on some old tractors and hot rod projects, and you know, never know, I might jump in live and show you how to make a brisket one day, and then jump in live and be running an excavator the next day. I don't know of a channel on YouTube that provides the variety that I try and provide for you guys. Really thank you so much for supporting what we're doing and supporting my dream and allowing me. This is sincere right here. Let's turn the camera around. Thank you all so very much for supporting this dream that my wife and I have. I never in a million years would have thought I'd had 430 something thousand followers here on YouTube, and everybody follows for a different reason. Some people follow because they like the farming stuff. Some people follow because they like the mechanical stuff. Some people follow just to hit the thumbs down, which is pretty funny. Want to remind you guys, the merch store, let's talk about that. I keep forgetting to say that on live stream, but we've got some big sizes now, some larger sizes like up to 5XL. They're only a few, very limited quantities. That Fix-It guy, if you'll post a link to the shop, to the store, that'd be awesome. I'm doing great, guys. George, Buddy, and Lexi are doing awesome. They're up there in the kennel right now guarding the house. Lexi's trained herself to let herself out to go poopy. That's pretty awesome. Self-training dog. She knows how to open the kennel. And so here's the deal. One dog is great. 2 dogs is a dog pack. So when we got Lexi and Buddy, the 2 German Shepherd dogs, they kind of became a pack. And if Lexi and Buddy can get out together, then they'll run off and they'll do stuff. They'll get into mischief, like eating the neighbor's cat, which was not cool at all. However, any of you guys saw that video, what to do when your dog eats your neighbor's cat, rest assured that we made it right with those guys. And we had kittens not too long ago and offered them some kittens too. Anytime you have kittens, you're always offering up kittens. So the action is in front of you, but I am gonna have a little sip of my Gatorade, probably skipping lunch today. I gotta get this done all the way to the end and start heading back. I got a half-a-mile walk back to the house too, so don't have the gator or the Kubota over here. Got a cool Tool Tuesday video. I had to do that this morning, put together a Tool Tuesday video. Guys, let me know. Quite a few people are like, oh, you're such a sellout doing those tool reviews. That's what the channel's about. I mean, that's it. Let's turn you back around. Don't skip lunch, dude. I could use a few skipped lunches. Trust me. I've put on some weight, man, since we started building the farm here. I put on quite a bit of weight. I used to ride mountain bikes all the time, and now I'm just gonna have to make time for it. You know, we all got to make time for ourselves. Let's get you the right angle right there. So you can see we just moved up just a minute ago. We're gonna move up again. Moving on up here. Boom, 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 boom. Hope you guys like this. It's a fun time. That right there, see that bush? This bush I'm getting ready to jiggle. That is a privet bush. Privet is an invasive, I guess, bush, weed, bush, whatever, a very small bush that will just take over. So this entire bottom, if we don't nip that privet in the bud, we will be taken over. Any of you guys have farms that have grown up in privet? So we were talking about Tool Tuesday. I hope you guys like Tool Tuesday. I work really hard. Part of doing what I do here on YouTube, part of doing what I do is reaching out to companies and or trying out new tools and letting you guys know whether they work or not. And it's fun and I enjoy it, and you know, that's what it's all about. All of us enjoying and seeing things. So that Landroid automatic lawnmower that we did a review on last week, several guys told me I was a sellout for for doing a video. We got a stump right there. Several guys told me I was a sellout. I was like, look, bro, this is what I do. The channel hadn't changed since the first video. The first video I made was working on my tractor, sharpening the bush hog blades. I got addicted to making YouTube videos, and you know, here we are, nearly 800 videos later, and I'm still doing the same stuff. Yep, we got a couple stumps right in here, guys. We'll get up on those here in a second. We're gonna have some more fun. Rolling the stumps out, I think, is the funnest part. So, right under the bucket, there's a stump. We're gonna clear out all the way around it before we get to pulling on it. And this area right here, we cut timber on about 4 years ago. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate it. I'm stopping to look at comments real quick. They will grow fast. Yeah, thank you, that Fix-It guy, for posting that link. If you're a big person, a bigger fella, a bigger lady, and you need a 4X, 5X, 3X, 4X, or 5X, the shirts are there. They're there on StoneyRidgeFarmer.com. They're all there. I went on and ordered several $1,000s worth of shirts. However, they're limited quantities, so if you want a big boy shirt or a big girl shirt, get in there and get her done. Or if you want a shirt for your wife to sleep in at night, get in there and get it done. So awesome. Just one more way that anybody and everybody can help support the farm. So best thing any of you guys can do is share these videos with like-minded people, or even people that don't have like minds, or most people that don't mind at all. That's a joke, by the way. Share the videos. It helps, I promise. So got us a stump right here. Okay, I'm gonna pull on up there a little bit closer. We're making good progress, man. But what you got to worry about with a stump is if I grab it and roll it out, up and out, which it's not rolling up and out, it's in there. If I grab it and roll it out, the bucket can pop loose, and see this debris that I'm picking up right here? Well, that debris can fly up and bust a window out of this machine. That's what our main goal is, not to do that. I've yet to get into a yellow jacket's nest, and I'm pretty darn surprised that I haven't gotten into a yellow jacket's nest. Another thing, let's look down here real quick. You got to be careful, because the forks on this can hit your track, so you got to be careful and not hit your track. That's a bad boo-boo to make. That'll wind you up in the repair shop. Alrighty. Get this little piece of root debris out of the way here. The hardest thing to work with sometimes is a small little piece of something that's in the way. There we go. You hear that big bang that just went on? That big bang is something that you don't want to do. You don't want to be beating and banging. Once you get your flow down on this machine, we got a nice big stump right here. This stump is pulling me to it. So you don't want that big bang. That big bang means you're fully extending your machine. So you want it to be smooth, like playing a violin. Really, I mean, it's just an art. And I think someone, a lot of folks that have kids. Let's turn the camera around for a second. Talk to you about that. So a lot of you folks that have children who are gamers that like to play games, like video games or whatever, that's cool, because it does apply to some things. It applies to what I'm doing right here, right now. I'm not a gamer at all. I don't play any video games except for like the old Pac-Man or Super Mario Brothers. But if you've got a young person in your family and they're a gamer, I'm going to tell you right now, they make one heck of a heavy equipment operator, because it's basically just an awesome big boy toy game. Turn you back around. Okay. So this stump pulled me toward it. We're going to have to back up a little bit. Got some backup cameras on this thing. It's got cameras all the way around. We're going to have to dig. Yeah, it's pulling me to it. I'm sliding. That's me sliding. Okay, we'll shake this out. So I got to dig around the perimeter of the stump. It's still making me slide. There we go. We got some debris on that one. Get that little piece of debris out of there. Okay. We're going to get on both sides of this stump. This thing is going to be what I refer to as a booger. It's going to be a booger. Get rid of some of that mess. So we got the pond all dug out. That video is coming out this weekend. We built a pond in about maybe 12 hours. We built a farm pond, which is super cool, super cool. I can't wait. That thing's filling up right now. With this hurricane weather that we've got coming, it should fill up pretty quickly. All right, big stump, come on. Get all this dirt out from around it here. You can see the different layers of soil in here as you go too. There's a layer of, like, it looks like modeling clay almost. Oh yeah, this thing's got some roots. We waited 2 years before we started stumping this. Maybe 3 years before we started. Before we started stumping this, because simply we wanted our roots to rot before we started to stump. See that big scoop of dirt? That dirt's what's holding that stump in. That's what we're trying to get. Remove that dirt so that we can roll this stump out. This is fun stuff. This is what I like. I'll tell you one thing. He said, dude, you catch track with the bucket. Yeah, you can't catch a track. That's for sure. It's like a tiny piece. Tool reviews can make great gifts. Absolutely. Heck yeah. Another thing, we got 228 people in here. Guys, pound that like button. It really helps the channel. It helps YouTube recognize that people like what we do here. So another thing that a way that I earn my living is, I don't work in the hospital as a registered nurse anymore. I keep up my nursing license. You're watching a nurse run an excavator right now. I love being outside. I just love being outside. That's my thing. So another thing you can do to help support the channel is to use that link in the video description for our Amazon, our Stoney Ridge Amazon affiliate page. That is that's a link directly to Amazon through Stoney Ridge Farmer, and get about a 2% little commission on that. The stump is about to come up, but holy cow, I'm tipped up. There we go. Roll her out, baby. This thing is the size of a Volkswagen, but you can't tell because the camera doesn't know justice. Everybody likes the thumb. Time to deploy the thumb. It didn't even want to deploy the thumb. It's too much dirt on it. Here we go. Let's get her up in the air. That's what we want. We want to get this thing up. There we go. Get her up in the air, and we want to drop it. Here it comes. Shake that dirt out. That's our goal. Once we get the dirt shaken out of it, then we can put it in the burn pile and burn it. Coming down. Boom. I wish we had an old junk car we could toss around with this excavator. Boom. Now, I like to pick it up, drop it a few times like it's set in the ground, the way it's set in the ground. You can see there's some gray soil right here. Take those teeth, rake her down in there, bust that clod up. It's just like a big dirt clod. Take them teeth in there, stir it around, shake it around a little bit, loosen it up, and we'll grab it back up again. And give her another toss. Let me get that thumb down there a little bit. We're going to nickname that thumb Slowby One Kenobi. Here we go, good drop, and boom. So dirt doesn't burn. We got to get the dirt off. If we could rent a drum chipper to throw all this stuff in, we would, guys, but it would just be it wouldn't be cost effective at all. It would be way too much. There's our stump. That's it. That's about as good as it's going to get for now. Whee! Love it. Now, we got to get all this dirt back over in the hole. Just knock some dirt over in here. We also want to we're going to do a little Hugelkultur action. If you guys know what a Hugelkultur is, it's that you put biologic material such as roots and stumps and stuff like that underground, and you bury it, and it retains moisture and nutrients, and it's called Hugelkultur. I believe it's a German concept. And a lot of when we bury something, like we'll bury some of these roots, that's going to make the grass grow better, and it's going to make the soil retain moisture a little bit better than if we didn't put anything in there at all. So, and anytime we're disturbing the soil, we're disturbing the microbiology of the soil, and we don't want to do that. So we want to put some microbiology back in the soil by raking it off in there. See this guy right here? Oh, Hannah says I'm supposed to be in class right now, but I never miss a Stoney Ridge video. Super clean giveaway time. All right, who wants a super clean giveaway? I think it's gonna be hard for me to run this machine and do a super clean giveaway, but I think we should do that. Yeah, we gotta give something away, right? So super clean giveaway time. What's the brand of the machine that I'm in? So if you saw the video yesterday, Wednesday night live, you'll know. First one across my screen to tell me what brand track code this is. There's only a few. Well, there's only like 50 brands out there. First one, Case. All right, first one that said Case that I could see was Greg Taylor. Greg Taylor, go to StoneyRidgeFarmer.com and shoot me an email, StoneyRidgeFarmer.com. Tell me what you want. Tell me you want a super clean prize pack. Okay, that was the first one that came across my screen, guys. That's what we have to go off of. Greg Taylor, thank you so much. Are you driving Mater the dump truck? Yeah. So here's the deal with Mater the dump truck. I just built a nice big pile of fill dirt, and we've got several little low spots on the farm that are holding water that I want to take Mater the dump truck and fill in those spots. However, Mater hasn't had an oil change since the 1980s. So, I'm making a mess here. So we gotta do Mater right. We gotta do Mater some justice here. We'll back up a little bit. We got to do Mater some justice by changing all of his vital fluids. So literally I have $260 worth of oil and filters and stuff like that for Mater. We're going to change out the diff fluid. We're going to change out the transmission fluid. We're going to change out every single thing we can change out. I'm going to turn the camera back around where it's fun. There we go. That's the fun stuff. So yeah, Mater the dump truck is coming back out. And I've got some work to do, some repairs to do on it. So we have to kind of rig up a way to start that thing. I don't want to rig up a way to start it. I want it to start and run like it's supposed to. So got a little work to do there. I traded a mountain bike for that truck. So here we go, going forward. Gotta pull up a little bit. This is the area where that big hole was, that stump was just now. We gotta make it pretty again. There we go. Kind of pack it down a little bit. You can see when we get ready to plant grass seed down here on this, the grass seeder itself will pick up sticks, and I don't like that. So the precision super seeder that we have for planting grass, we probably won't use on this newly cleared land because it just picks up every stick and every twig, and I have to get off the tractor every single time and knock that twig loose. However, we will be using it in our pastures where we need more grass. So we're going to do some experimenting with some multi-species pastures here on the farm. And when I first started building the farm here, I thought that the monoculture was the thing to do. I thought of, I want a good stand of either Timothy or Kentucky 31 fescue or Kentucky 32 fescue, but really that's not what we want. We want to feed our cows just like a monoculture hurts the honeybees. Rolling forward again. Just like a monoculture hurts the honeybees, they don't get all the nutrients they need. So does it hurt the cows. So we're cheating our cows out of vital nutrients by not giving them a multi-species pasture. This is all grass geek stuff, farmer grass geek stuff, but it's true, guys. He's an employee of the company. He's hired the company. He hired to complete the job after he clears the stumps. There's talk about what now? Stoney, the buddy he hired for him rented it. Yeah. So I'm an employee of Frank right now. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. I'm an employee of the guy that's clearing my land. Very cool. All right, what we got here? We got another little baby stump. A little baby stump right there. Get that guy out. No problem. It's the big stumps that don't want to come up. There's a little baby. Come on. Like I said, some of the ones that are the biggest pains in the butt, it's not really a baby. Some of the ones that are the biggest pain to get out are the smallest ones. And they leave a little hole there. So I gotta fill that hole back in. Like I said, the smaller the critter you gotta pick up, it's like, imagine trying to pick up a soda can without busting it with this thing. I bet I probably could do it, but I don't think I could do it without busting it. So all I'm doing here, again, if you're just now joining us, hit the like button. It's fun. All the cool kids are doing it. All I'm doing here is feeling my way through and exposing the land. I'm feeling my way through, exposing the land so that it will dry out, so that Frank can come in behind me with his Caterpillar 953 loader and back drag this and smooth it out, and then I'll come back in with the TR3 rake, and then I'll make it ultimately awesome smooth. And then if we can get all the debris out of here, we can get all the sticks and stuff, then we'll come back in with the Woods Precision Super Seeder and we'll drill down our grass seed. And that will be the last time this land ever gets turned, tilled, or touched. So we've got to do this in order to take the land back. It was forested, but these were all tobacco fields about 60 or 70 years ago. So back in the 40s and 50s, these were all tobacco fields. You can still see the windrows where they just quit raising tobacco. The old farmer must have aged out. Kids, much like what's going on right now, kids aren't interested in farming. It's a whole lot easier to live in town and go to work and work for somebody, pay the bills, go to Disneyland. It's just a whole lot easier. It is. I hate to say it, and this is just hard work. It's just you're forever thinking about things. And before we moved out here to the farm, you know, I lived in apartments. I lived in downtown Greensboro, North Carolina, and I never thought about the rain. I never thought about the weather. Now the weather dictates everything I do. Dictates my entire world, really. There's a little wet spot right underneath the bucket right there. Alright. So, I like to do this. I take the bucket, I get it flat and level with the ground, and I'm kind of cruising over this little spot right here. There we go. Got a little tree right there. And again, this is for our trail. Let me get where the sun isn't reflecting. There we go. This is for the trail that will be around the fence line. All this will be fenced in 3 years. Man, we're making some good progress here. I can see the end of the rainbow down there. All right, let's put it to a vote. Thumbs up for Sandy. I'm reading the comments here. Those machine run. Yeah, this is about a $350,000 machine, that's for sure. This is an expensive, and it was brand spanking new. It's got right now 160 hours on it. All right. So while we're working our way through here, another thing we have to do is turn back and look at where we are and make sure that we're fixing the mess that we just made. Scared you? Did that scare you? And yeah, everything looks pretty good. You can see this is how far we've come so far. Awesome. I will pick up all those stumps that we just moved out of there. I'm going to pick up 2 more times. A lot of work here. Alright. Now, we did plant this land in loblolly pine trees because we did not know whether we were going to utilize this land as pasture land, as farmland, or whether we were just going to plant trees over here and harvest those pine trees sometime in about 40 years. Well, 40 years, I'll be 80 years old. Harvesting 22 acres of pine trees on the back side of my farm doesn't seem really, seems like I could make more money and utilize my land and my farm a little bit better by having this cleared as pasture. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. Taking advantage of every square inch of land, no matter how big your place is. And really, from a farmer perspective, there are not many small farms out there nowadays. So if you're just now joining us, we are running we're running, I think that's a stump. Yep, that's a stump right there. We'll get that on the next pass on the way back through. So we're running a great big old case excavator right now. We're just working our way, pecking our way through and pulling stumps out down on on some bottom land. We probably we're going to cover about 6 acres total here, and tomorrow or the next day I may bring the camera out and the drone and stuff, and we'll kind of show you progress and show you what all we're doing, get some good cool close-ups. I'm gonna tell you, it's hard to run an excavator and fly a drone at the same time. It is. The farmstead movement has started in the early 2000s. It'd be great for a generation of small farms. Is this machine hard to operate, Tara? No, it's not. Don't forget to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I'm sitting in the air conditioning, and I most certainly am hydrating. I'll turn the camera around here. Give me just a few minutes, and I'll turn the camera around and show you guys how this machine's operated. I think that'd be pretty fun. It's something interesting. Give me just a minute. Let me get this little spot cleared out, and then I'll turn the camera back around and show you guys. Well, might as well just turn the camera around. All right. Pay no attention to that gut that you're getting ready to see. Okay. Hopefully. Okay. So, in my hands right here, man, I can't. Hang on. We're going to tilt you forward just a little more. A little bit more. Oh, man, it's hard for me to show you. So, here are 2 handles. These handles pull back and forth, side to side. That rotates me around. This handle right here is the bucket. The claw goes that way or that way. Open. There's a button on the top of this handle. Let me just take this. This handle on the left rotates us side to side, and it brings the arm up and down. So you can see that right here. Arm up, arm down. That's what this controller is doing. That's your left side. This is your right side. Your right side, you bring this in or out, okay? So when I bring it in, it brings the bucket in. Bring it out, it brings it out. And there also is a button on here, a rocker button that does the thumb, and I can pull back, and that pulls it toward me and push away. So this thing operates, there are 4 different little four directions. It operates in 4 different directions, so that's what's up. Check out saber-tooth stump root ripper instead of a bucket. I don't have a chance to. I can check out a saber-tooth stump out ripper, but I don't have a chance to do that, man. But do those spikes ever break off? Yes, they break off. Sorry, I don't have the opportunity to do anything other than what I'm doing right here, and I'm very blessed to have this machine. we're not, I mean, you guys have seen us. We've come upon how many stumps? Like 3 or 4 now. We're 50 minutes into this live stream. 219 likes. Guys, pound the like button. There's so many, 4,000 or 5,000 people come in and out of here while we're doing this. So if all we were doing is cutting brush or something like that, then we'd probably have a brush cutting head or a mulcher head on here, but that's not all we're doing. We've had this machine since Wednesday. Today's Friday. I'm on how many acres now? I've cleared probably 5 or 6 acres of land cleared, and I've also built a pond. So a big pond, a fairly big pond, over I'm gonna say it's gonna be over an acre. So I've been rocking and rolling with this thing, man. But I get it. There are a lot of tools that you can get for these machines to do all sorts of fun stuff. Here we go. Rolling forward. Rolling forward. There we go. Now, I'm sitting in a cab. This thing has an air ride seat in it, much like a tractor trailer would have, so I can pump up the air and or let the air down if it's really bouncy. Very, very comfortable running this machine. Comfortable in the cab anyway. And the longer I run it, the better I get at it. I'm definitely not a pro at all. Not a pro. Don't have to be a pro. Don't have to be a pro at everything in order to do a halfway good job. Just gotta try. Don't be afraid to try stuff. Fix that camera here. We're gonna keep you guys live with us for just a little while longer. We'll do one more stump. We'll get up onto one more stump and that's it. We gotta do another giveaway though, don't we? We gotta do another giveaway. So, super clean giveaway time. Do you have a scrape blade for on the front of the tracks? No, this thing's too big. It doesn't have that. So let's do another giveaway. What year model? This is for a Super Clean prize pack giveaway. Our friends over at Super Clean. I don't work for Super Clean. I don't get paid by Super Clean. I just believe in those guys and they're good people. For a Super Clean prize pack giveaway, what year model is the Willis Jeep? Popcorn the Willis Jeep. If you follow the channel, you'll know about Popcorn the Willis. And we'll ask a question that isn't so hard next time. But a lot of people know what year model. What year model? So keep going. Keep guessing. I got all kinds of guesses. Here we go. Well, the year model is what I'm looking for. It's Seth Miotl. Seth, you won. Go to StoneyRidgeFarmer.com. It is a 1952, but it's actually a CJ3A. 1952 CJ3A. Dad was born in 1952, and Dad bought the Farmall tractor, the 52 Farmall Super A industrial tractor that I've got on the farm that somebody bought from me and never came to pick it up. And he bought the Willis Jeep with the hopes of restoring it one day, maybe a father-son project, but we never really got to that because we were farming. We were too darn busy. Dad was the one that advised me. There's a little stump right there. Dad was the one that advised me to buy my own land. He lives on family land. I don't know if you guys deal much with family land, if you've ever dealt with family land, but sometimes there can be drama. And he advised me, he said, son, buy your own place. That way you won't have to live the drama that I have to live sometimes. So we'll get all this grass and stuff pushed. This is what I call water grass. It grows in wet places. This will be a nice field of fescue and clover and chicory and all kinds of stuff pretty soon. This is some beautiful fertile soil here. Probably the most fertile soil on the entire farm is right down here in this bottom. There we go. We'll do one more super clean giveaway here in a second once we get this next stump out. Yeah. I think it's pretty cool of the guys at Super Clean to have reached out to me and to share a giveaway like this on every single live stream. So you guys know of any companies, or if you own a veteran-owned company or something like that, I definitely love supporting veteran-owned companies. If you want to do some giveaways on the channel, let me know. Email me. Don't leave a comment with your email, because I'm not going to email you back. In fact, those get held. Don't leave a comment with your phone number, because that's just not smart. It really isn't. If you want to know how to email me, just Google it, dude. It's that simple. Just that much that much legwork. It's all it takes. Just a quick Google search. Right? Extra live stream, baby. Woo! Jared. I ran a dozer rental for a month. Kicked my honey. Yeah, dude. Running this thing, it's hard on you. It's hard on your body. That's for darn sure. Really hard on your body. At the end of the day yesterday, so I ran this for about 6 hours yesterday, and then I ran the skid steer. We got Skiddy Bop back. Skiddy Bop's running like a champ. $600 repair bill for service and repair on Skiddy Bop, our little John Deere 250 skid steer. This could be a question later on for a super clean giveaway. So our little John Deere 250 skid steer, Skiddy Bop, had a busted hydraulic line, had a bad fuel filter, had a bad fuel pump, probably because the fuel filter was bad, and consequently we needed to get that stuff repaired. And we did a full service, so we should be good for another year. I probably won't put on maybe 100 hours on that machine in a year. So oil change every couple of years, or at least every year. Take good care of it. It'll last us a long time. I didn't want to go into debt. What do we got here? There was something. Yeah, there's a stump right there. There we go. Oh yeah. This one's gonna come out easy. Boom. There's a big old boy right there. Shake him a little bit. Okay. Thumb down. Time to get the thumb on it. There. That's the stump. Okay. And we're going airborne. It's hard not to laugh when you do that. When you pick up something that weighs 1,000 pounds and you toss it up in the air, it's really hard not to laugh. Here we go. Back again. At least 1,000 pounds. Oh, a couple more drops ought to get this one shook out good. Alright, we're going to bust up the clot a little bit here. Take that tooth. Get in there. Alright, for the last super clean giveaway. Haha, Admiral just said to me last night, what? Josh, what is the case machine weight? I have no idea. No clue. For the last super clean giveaway, tell me what model the John Deere skid steer, Skiddy Bop. What model is it? I just told you. It's a John Deere model, not year model, but what model is it? The number. Somebody was listening. Justin Thurston. You're the first one I saw. John Deere 250 repairs cost $600. Justin Thurston. Go to StoneyRidgeFarmer.com. Shoot me an email. Tell me you won the super clean prize pack, and we'll get your info over to the super clean folks. The way we do that is I forward your email to super clean. Sometimes I'll say congratulations. All right, big stump chuck. Yeehaw. Sometimes I'll reply to your email if you leave me a colorful comment, so don't hesitate to leave something funny, a thank you note or whatever, and I send that info over, and Super Clean gets your sizes and your t-shirt color and all that stuff. They handle all that. All right, man, that was a big stump, but it didn't stick far out of the ground. Seemed like a big waste, didn't it? It made a big mess. Okay, now we'll start working our way out here again. I imagine we're going to get into some more stumps here in just a minute. Again, all this land was clear cut and replanted in pines, but I don't know how clear your screen is. I don't see any pines. I haven't seen any. I've seen one pine in this whole time I've been clearing this little spot, so that's kind of disappointing considering the cost of planting all those trees. That was a cool video, fun video. These guys, following these guys around while they planted the trees. They planted, I think, somewhere around 25,000 trees. There's a little stump right there. That little guy. There's a little stumpy stump. Oh, we're going to use the thumb on this one. The slowest thumb known to man. There. Get that guy out of there. Get our thumb back up. That worked out good. Little bitty baby stump. I forgot what I was talking about. I got so excited. I'll let you guys talk amongst yourselves. Josh is better than your agricultural science teacher. They don't do agricultural science here anymore. They don't do auto mechanics here anymore. They don't do any kind of trades anymore. In high school, they expect to groom everyone for college. Everybody's got to be groomed for college because that's how everything works. And then when folks need their houses built and they need a good quality electrician, or they need a good quality plumber, they need a good quality equipment operator, and all those guys have been trained for college and they got degrees in all sorts of stuff, like, I don't know, I know some people with some very useless degrees. And that's, you know, if you got an arts degree, that's fine. If you're doing something with it, that's just fine. But in my opinion, the world needs, I hate to say this, or say it in this way, but the world needs us ditch diggers too. Here, I'm digging ditches, man. I'm college educated. I use my GI Bill, and from, you know, being an Air Force veteran, I've been a fool to not use my GI Bill. But, people need to learn hard work also, because one day your degree might not matter. If you can't do anything, then what good are you? Another good piece of advice my father gave me growing up was to learn how to weld, learn how to do electrical work, learn how to weld, learn how to do plumbing. You'll never go hungry if you know how to do those things, just a little bit of it. So that's what I did. I was an electrician in the Air Force. Went through pole climbing school. I can run everything from the overhead power lines, climb the poles, the airfield lights, everything that's electrical on an Air Force base, besides a jet. We were the guys who worked on a team called Red Horse. And Red Horse was the folks that go in and build the bare base. Very, very, very privileged to train with those folks. Very privileged to train with the Seabees. Seabees are the Navy's builders. Had no idea how privileged I was till after the fact. Something I really miss is, I'll just turn the camera around here a little bit. You hear me rabble. Something I really miss, man, is the camaraderie that went along with being in the military, being in the Air Force. You know, I moved away from the Air Force Base when I was 26 years old. All my friends were in the Air Force. And once everybody that I was in the service with, they all got stationed in different places. I had no reason to stay, so sold out and took off. That was in 2006. I moved back from my home. I'm moving forward again. I moved back from Utah. I lived in Utah. I was stationed in Utah. I didn't even know where Utah was when I joined the military, and got to see some of the world, and it was an awesome experience. What I'm getting at is I miss the camaraderie of those folks, and I still keep in touch with some of those guys. Brian, that fix-it guy, was a plumber in my squadron in the Air Force. That's how me and Brian met. Me and Brian met probably partying, because I DJ'd. I was always playing and partying and doing stuff like that. So first time I ever sang karaoke. So on the Air Force base, I don't know if it's like this anymore or not. On the military base, you've got typically two clubs. You've got an officers club and you've got an enlisted club. Let's turn this around so you can see the fun stuff. So you got an officers club, you got an enlisted club, and then we had what's called the retreat. Every Thursday night at the retreat, they had karaoke, and I figured out. I went out there one day and sang "Stand By Me." That was my first karaoke song. And when I did that, I met the guy that ran the karaoke show. There's a little Stump, and I was intrigued. I loved to entertain, and I loved being just a goofball. So I ran this karaoke show. I told him, look, man, if you ever run up on a deal where you don't want to do a show, you just holler at me and I'll go do it for you, and you can just pay me, and I'll go do your karaoke show for you, and you can make money while you're sitting at home on the couch. So he ended up giving me the jobs that he really didn't want. Like some of the VFWs were pretty hard on it. Shake a little dirt out of that stump. Give her one more good toss. There we go. So DJ'd for a number of years. We're called Josh's Butt Naked Karaoke Show. Of course we had clothes on, but it was fun. Somebody said I just want to hug the dirt. That's awesome. Hindsight, yeah, hindsight. Man, who would have ever thought that, the reason why I have a YouTube channel probably is because of being that outspoken guy that jumped up and sang the crap out of some karaoke songs. There's a Stump. We're going to get that guy out. Oh, yeah. They're coming out nice now. Little stumps. These are, I say little, that was probably a 60-foot tree right there, but the stumps have kind of rotted off. Now we got to pick that guy up. Oh, come on. Thumb down, thumb down. World's slowest thumb. There we go. Now let's give her a good drop. Dropped it right back in the hole. It's like that game, that grapple game that you played at the bowling alley when you were a kid, where you tried to grab the biggest teddy bear. That's what I compare running this thing to, except for it's on a much, much, much larger scale. Good times. Boy, I tell you, sure we'll be glad when this election season is over. I sure will be glad when we get this whole thing figured out and we can start living normal life again. Not be stuck at home and not be scared to go out, and especially the high-risk folks. I sure will be glad when all that's over. Got an old piece of that stump right there. Let's see if I can get it off. Maybe. Yeah, get off there, boy. It's stuck on there. I got a piece of stump between my teeth. There we go. Here. Let's just be quiet and enjoy what's going on here. Wish I had some music I could play. There's another stump. Roll that little guy out and watch him fall back in. There we go. It's a little bitty stump. Seen a couple snakes while I was out here working. I can't shut up, I'm sorry. I gotta talk about what we're doing. Seen a couple snakes while I was out here working. Nothing, no venomous snakes so far. A lot of folks are really scared of snakes. Like, they won't move to a place that has snakes. That bother me so much. It's part of country living. I'm not really a big fan of venomous snakes. Okay. Notice I'm putting all the stumps and debris over here on this side to the left of the machine, and I'm pushing the grass and debris to the right. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to get those stumps out of here, and we're gonna have a bonfire. I felt one right there, but can't get to it just yet. Pushing this debris here, all this debris, back towards the creek also provides me with a little bit of a physical barrier to keep the water in the creek. Okay? In other words, if the creek gets up into this bottom, this provides me with a little bit of a physical barrier to keep that creek contained. So that's what's up. That's what I'm doing. You guys will really enjoy the pond building video. There were a few times when I was building that pond that I was a little bit on the nervous side about flipping the machine. I'm just not very familiar with the machine. I'm getting better and better on it, but when you're working on the edge of basically of a cliff, and the bottom of that cliff is 12 feet down and it's in the water, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. Oh, there's a stump. I think we can get that little fella out. Just a little bump. There it is. There we go. Roll him out of there. That stump is covered with grass. Let's beat it up. Dropped it right back in the doggone hole. It's a lot easier to get a hold of if you don't drop it back in the hole. There's a little pine tree. I see one about an 8-incher. These pines should be 6 feet tall in here by now. They're not. I'm not sure if they picked up disease or what. There's that stump. Put it over here in the stump pile. Again, if you're just now joining us, we're running a big old case excavator. And we're clearing this land to make pasture land or hay land for our cattle. This area will be fenced in 3 years. We're going to get a good established pasture in here. And I'm raking back, plucking my way through, try and find any stumps that might be in here, and I'm plucking the stumps out. Working my way all the way. See those trees in the far, far distance. We're getting closer and closer. Probably, I don't know, probably halfway now. Roll forward a little bit. Okay. Now I can tell I'm in a bad spot. I can tell. Sometimes you can just tell when you're running a machine like this that you're on an unlevel piece of ground and the machine is going to beat you to death if you don't find the sweet spot. I felt the stump right there, but I don't know. Got it going here. Yeah. I don't know. There it is. I knew there was one in there. Oh yeah. We'll have to do some digging for that one. We'll have to work for that one. This thing is super duper fuel efficient. Alright, we're going to roll this last stump out and then we're going to say goodbye. So hang out for a minute. Well, I know we had a stump right here too. Right in there. No stump. Well, that's probably a stump. Yeah. Yeah, we got one right there. So you guys know, when the crews come through to cut the trees, we sold our trees. We cut about 100 acres of trees. We didn't average very good. We didn't make a whole lot of money on it. We made enough money to clear out some fields, but we cleared about 100 acres and we made about $42,000. That's what the take home on that was. There's the big boy right there. Let me dig a nice hole here. See if we can get him out. Set this dirt to the side. Yeah. Hear me beating and banging. It's not what I wanted to do. Just kind of dig on the side of the stump here, and then I can roll it out. We've got a big one like this. This was a fairly big tree, I can tell. Some of the roots there. Another sycamore stump. Those seem to be the predominant stumps down here by the water. Here it comes. It'll roll right out. I got you guys watching this with me because I like to watch it myself. I just think it's fun. There's our stump. We're going to take her up and do a little droppy poo. Get some dirt off. Take our teeth. Bust that dirt clod up a little bit right there. World's slowest thumb. I wonder if there's two speeds of that. Nope. Drop her again. And again, I'll be picking this thing up on the other side, but you can see we pretty much got all the dirt off of it. Now it's too close. Up. You gotta be careful when you're plucking these stumps out that you don't sling a piece of stump into the window, into the cab of the machine. If you do, you break the window. Then you gotta pay for it. Alright. Barely see this thing here. This is a CX2 210, I think. That's what this is. 210 or 220. It's a $300,000 machine. And it's awesome. All right. We are to that point in our show where I say thank you for coming, guys. Thanks a whole lot. Again, if you want, we've got the big boy shirts now, big boy, big girl shirts. If you want to pick up some Stoney Ridge Farmer merch, go down there. There's a link down below, or you can go to StoneyRidgeFarmer.com. We've got some XXX, 4X, and a couple 5Xs. So if you're a big person and you want to jump in and get a Stoney Ridge Farmer shirt, jump in and get one. Hat, shirt, whatever. We got all kinds of stuff, man. Thanks a lot for joining me today. This has been awesome. I'm glad I can share this with you. Super fun. I love running heavy equipment like this. Going to be some great videos coming out this weekend running the same equipment, and I may do another live stream tomorrow as I'm out here working. The hurricane weather is supposed to come in tomorrow, so it's going to be raining, but I can still work in the rain. I'm in a cab. I got a windshield wiper. We're making good progress. Thanks a lot, guys. Pound the like button on the way out the door. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Thank you all for all your super chats. If you guys want to become a channel member, you're welcome to click that little channel member thing down there. CX210D is a 25,000 pound machine. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Thanks to my moderators. Thanks to everybody. We'll see you guys next time on the Stoney Ridge. All right? And I'm hungry, and I'm skipping lunch. Woo! See you next time.